Hey guys, so I already posted a video with the notes for similar polygons. This is the homework. I just wanted to run through and kind of explain the different types of problems. So the first few shouldn't be too hard. They should be pretty straightforward. So what angles are congruent? Look at your names. Look at the namings. Tell me which angles are congruent. You can just list them. So like you can say A and W, and then so on and so forth. The proportions, that just means tell me the side lengths that are congruent or that are proportional. So like AB and WX, which I know from the naming. So I would write AB over WX. And then you're going to do that for all four proportions, okay? That's all those problems are. You're going to do the same thing for number 2. Pay attention to naming for number 2. So be careful. Okay, you have to look at the naming. That's all I'm going to say for that one. Number 3, you're calculating scale factor from left to right and from right to left. So left to right, meaning like this. So we're getting smaller. So remember what I said about scale factors and getting smaller. And then you're going to do it from right to left, in which you're getting bigger. So you need to look at the different proportions for those. So be careful, smaller versus bigger. Remember what I said in the notes. Okay, that's kind of what these second two are going to ask you about. Numbers 4 through 7, you're just saying yes or no. Are they similar or not? So you just really have to look at the proportions. All right, so like I'm going to do number 4 with you. I can see that this side corresponds with this side, and that this side corresponds with this side, right? So I need to look at the proportions. I have 50 over 25, and I have 60 over 36. The other two sides are the exact same things. Is 50 over 25 equal to 30 or to 60 over 36? Well, 50 over 25 is 2. 60 over 36 is 1.667. Those are not equal, so they are not similar because they're not proportional. So not proportional. Only one of these 4 is going to be similar. So be very careful. Follow the same process I just did. You don't have to worry about angles. You only have to worry about side lengths, okay? You're going to assume the angles are congruent. All right, looking at these two, I am going to explain 8 and 9 a little bit. I want to just explain it in a way that will not make it too difficult, okay? So these look scary. They're not, I promise. When you look at number 8, it says the scale factor is 3. We know that means our shape is getting bigger. Okay, so the shape that I need to draw over here should be much larger than this original shape because the scale factor is bigger than 1, okay? A scale factor of 3 just tells me I'm going to take each side length that's originally given to me and I'm going to multiply it by 3. Okay, so I'm going to count how long each side length is. This one right here is 1, 2, 3, 4 originally. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay? Over here, I'm going to multiply each of those sides by 3. That's what the scale factor tells me. So instead of 4, that side length is now going to be 12 units long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now it's 12 units long. I multiplied it by 3. The top is going to be 6 units long now because it was originally 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Instead of 1, this side's going to be 3 because I'm multiplying it by 3. Same with this side. This one was originally 2, so now it's going to be 6. And then this one was originally 1, so now it's 3. That's all it means. You're either enlarging your shape or you're making it smaller. Okay, and it's just going to depend on what the scale factor is. So like in number 9, the scale factor is 2/3. that means your shape is going to get smaller. You're going to multiply each side by 2/3. Okay, so in your calculator, you're going to take this, what each side is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and multiply that by 2/3, which is just 0.666666. Okay, so I want you guys to try that one on your own. Just remember, it's getting smaller because the scale factor is less than. All right, 10 and 11 are asking you to find missing side lengths. So this is where you have to use proportions. All right, triangle DOT is similar to triangle BAT. Okay, so let's just write our proportions out. So we would have DO is partners with BA. So I have DO over BA, which equals DT over BT. Oh, that was not a straight line. DT over BT, which equals TO over TA. And if you name them slightly different, that's okay. Just make sure that you're consistent with your naming. So DO over BA. I'm gonna plug in my values now. DO is labeled Y. BA is labeled 30. DT is labeled 8. BT is labeled 52. And then TO is labeled X and TA is labeled 6. We need to find Y and X. We do that by cross multiplying. Okay, so you guys are gonna use what you know about proportions to solve for those. So to find Y, I'm looking right here. I'm gonna solve this proportion by cross multiplication. And then to find X, I'm looking right here. Okay, so to find Y, I'm gonna have 30 times 8 equals 52 times Y. So 30 times 8 equals 52Y. Multiply 30 times 8, divide by 52, and you have Y. Over here, I do 8 times 6 equals 52 times X. So we're gonna do 8 times 6, which I know is 48, equals 52X. And then X would be whatever 48 divided by 52 is. Okay, so really this is more proportions than anything. You just have to set it up correctly. That's the hardest part, is the setup. Solving for the proportions is not as difficult. For number 11, be really, really careful because the naming will not match up with the shapes and what they look like on the page. So it's CAT and DOG. I'm gonna give you one little clue. Here is CA. CA is partners with DO. I know that because of the naming. Even though they look like they're in different positions. One of these triangles has just been rotated. So one of your proportions has to be CA over DO. So pay attention to the naming, not to the pictures. That's my hint to you on that one. I did this one example for you. I helped you set up number 12 through 16, exact same thing that we were just doing. You're finding missing side lengths, all right? Yes, it looks like a lot. It's just the exact same type of problem over and over again because we're trying to practice. So do the best that you can. There's no page, so it's really only a 5-page homework. All right, so then I want you guys to try 12 through 16 on your own. And then if you come across any issues or you just can't figure out how to set up your proportions, anything along those lines, send me an email. We can do Google Meet. I'm happy to help in any way possible. All right, thanks guys. Nothing on the 6th.